And with that, Parker Sampson gets the Roos underway here at the Pouch of Ouch.
It would be easy for a first-year program to get lost in the hype of college football's opening weekend, but the Roos have taken Kansas City by storm.
It was probably the most entertaining aspect of college football yesterday for opening weekend was that, all right, Alabama's, rolling past, Louisville, Kansas is dropping to Nickel State, but you know what? UMKC, they're 2-0. They played a day and night doubleheader.
With 2 wins over local rivals, a defensive turnaround, and breakouts from the tight ends, there's plenty to take notice of in the Pouch.
Willis to the shotgun. Once again, hands it off to Brooks. No, it's a play action. He's going to roll out to the right. He's got all kinds of space in front of him. Ryan Willis down the sideline.
Not only was he starting in the first game in program history, but facing off against KU Saturday was a revenge game for quarterback Ryan Willis. Willis appeared in 10 games for the Jayhawks in 2015. After a first quarter pick six, the redshirt junior settled in to put up 452 passing yards and 5 touchdowns en route to UMKC's historic first win. The rest of the offense was clicking as well, as Alex Ofadale hauled in 3 of Willis's 5 touchdowns, including an NCAA record 97-yarder, and he is looking like a favorite target of the quarterback.
Ivan Webb deep in the backfield. Willis turns around, hands it off around the right side. He's over the goal line. Touchdown, UMKC. First points in program history.
The running game was working too, as Ivan Webb rushed for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was a big win, and Coach Paylor was full of praise for his team in the media after the game. In the locker room, however, Paylor made it clear that the defense would need to step up against Kansas State. Saturday, September 1st, was a day of firsts for both UMKC and college football. The Roos picked up their first ever football win, and college football saw its first ever day-night doubleheader.
We're here at the Pouch of Ouch for game number 2.
Your Gridiron Roos weren't satisfied with just beating Kansas at 10 a.m. They also wanted to beat Kansas State in the nightcap. At 8 p.m., UMKC kicked off not only its second game ever, but its second game of the day. Maybe it was tired legs, maybe it was an improved opponent, but things were harder for the Roos against the Wildcats.
Delton under center with 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, Barnes in the backfield. Receiver in motion, it's a handoff, it's a jet sweep.
Kansas State's touchdown with 1:49 left looked like it was going to hand the Roos their first loss of the season. Ryan Willis and the boys in Roo weren't deterred. 63 seconds later, UMKC had taken the lead.
Willis making changes at the line. 4 receivers, Brooks to his right, quick out, throws to Brendan Scales. He gets down to the 1-yard line, taken down. No, he gets over the goal line. Brendan Scales, the sophomore tight end, breaks a tackle and restores the lead for the Roos. 20.
Then it was up to the defense.
The first third down of the game for the Kansas offense.
Coach Paylor prides himself on defense. The fact that KU was able to put up 430 yards of total offense in the opener did not sit well. It was imperative that the defense improved. Against Kansas State, they got that message. The Wildcats were held to 280 yards on offense. Most of those came through a handful of big plays. When it's time for the Roos defense to come up big, they did. They sacked Alex Delton 5 times and forced 2 crucial interceptions.
In motion, Delton in the pistol. Back to pass. He's got time. No one's open. Fires down the left, and it's going to be intercepted by Ross Elder.
The former Rockhurst High School product read the quarterback's eyes to pull in the game-sealing pick. Ofadale might be grabbing all the headlines with his long touchdowns, but the tight ends have been Ryan Willis' security blanket. Brendan Scales and Kendall Blanton have combined for 18 receptions and 4 touchdowns in the Roos' opening 2 games.
In this situation, Willis back to pass, throws it to the corner. Brendan Scales gets just inside the pylon for a 15-yard touchdown.
The duo have had the surest hands to start the season. Both Scales and Blanton are transfers from Missouri, so they will be eager to keep their early season success going next week when the Tigers come to town.